read from this book, the law of attraction, the basics of the teaching of Abraham, and to moving forward in the newness of it, as it is now. Every day is new and refreshed. So good. And we know that we didn't experience the same. We don't experience the same what we experienced yesterday, because every day is new and refreshed. Every day is a different experience from moments to moments. So nice to come together for co-create and to expand and to feel our own alignment, and then moving on to the next. So good. So we are on the page. We are on the page 109 on this book. Am I too specific in my desires? Am I too specific in my desires? So, Jerry, let's say that I like to be a teacher in a very joyous situation. Would it be any advantage to say, well, then I should decide whether I want to teach history, math, or philosophy, or whether I want to teach high school or something else? Abraham, as you think about the reasons that you want to be a teacher, I want to uplift others to the joy that I have discovered in this specific knowledge. Your positive emotion indicates that your thought is helping your creation. But then if you were to think, but I'm not well versed in this subject, or there is no freedom for students in this current school system, or I remember how stifled I felt as a student, or I never had a teacher I liked. These thoughts do not feel good, and the specifics of them are hindering your joyful creation. The question is not about whether you should be specific or general. The question is about the direction of the thought. What you are reaching for are good feeling thoughts. So reach for good feeling thoughts and realize that you will usually find them faster as you stay general in your approach. But then from that place of feeling good, continue to gently add more and more good feelings, specifics to them until you can easily be very specific and feel good at the same time. This is the best way to create. Jerry, would we be better off to just envision the essence of the end of results and let the specific details take care of themselves completely? Abraham, that is a good way of going about it. Fast forward to the happy end results that you are seeking. Imagine already having achieved whatever it is that you desire. And from that place of feeling good, you will attract the specific thoughts, people, circumstances, and events to bring all of that about. Jerry. Then how detailed would you recommend our thoughts be about the end results of what we want? Abraham. Be as detailed in your thoughts about your desire as you can be, and still feel good. Happy day, Jen. So, can I erase any disadvantageous past thoughts? Jerry, is there any way a person could erase the slate of all past experiences, thoughts, and beliefs that aren't of any advantage to your joyous creating in this moment? Abraham, you cannot look at an unwanted experience and announce that you will no longer think about that, because even in that moment you are thinking about that, but you can think about something else. And in giving your attention to something else, that unwanted subject from your past will lose power, and in time, you will no longer think about it at all. Rather than trying so hard to erase the past, focus on the present, giving thought to what you now want. How could one reverse a downward spiral? Jerry, if you were to find yourself in a downward spiral, where all things that were important to you seem to be falling away or depreciating, how would you stop the negative downward motion and turn it in a positive upward direction? Abraham, it is an excellent question. It is an excellent question. That downward spiral is the law of attraction at work. In other words, it started with a little negative thought. Then more thoughts were drawn onto it. More people were drawn onto it. More conversation was drawn onto it. Until it became a very powerful, as you say, downward spiral. It takes a very strong being to take your thought from what is not wanted when it is that intense. In other words, when your toe is really throbbing, it is difficult to put your thoughts upon a healthy foot. In extremely negative situation, we would suggest distraction rather than trying to change the thought. In other words, go to sleep or go to a movie, listen to music, pet your cat, do something that will change your thought. Even when you are in what you are calling a downward spiral, some things in your life are better than others. As you focus on the best of that you have, even if it is a small part of what is happening, the law of attraction will now bring you more of that. You can replace a fast moving downward spiral with a fast moving upward spiral just by directing your thoughts to more and more things that you do want. Happy beautiful day, Scott. So Jen will, let's see on her comment. So true, it's only always and always attraction. We cannot look at something and push it away. We only attract it to us. Yes. So true, Jen. So true. So how about when two compete for the same trophy? That's a good one. How about when two compete for the same trophy? Jerry, since in a competitive situation, when one person wins the trophy, it means that the other person loses it. How can each person get what they want? Abraham, by recognizing that there are unlimited trophies. When you put yourself in a competition where there is only one trophy, you are putting yourself automatically in a situation of knowing knowing that only one will win the trophy. The one who is clearest, the one with the strongest desires and the greatest expect expectancy, expansion, expectancy, expectancy, expectancy of winning will win it. Competition can serve you because it stimulates your desire, but it can be a disadvantage if it hampers your belief in succeeding. Find a way to have fun in the competition. Look for the look for the advantages it brings you. Even if you do not bring home the trophy, and as you feel good, no matter what, you win what we consider to be the greatest trophy of all. You win connection. You win clarity. You win vitality. You win alignment with your inner being. And in that attitude, you will bring home more trophies. In this unlimited universe, there need to be no competition for resources, for the resources are unlimited. You may deprive yourself of receiving them, and therefore perceive a shortage, but it is really of your own making. If I can imagine it, it's realistic. Jerry, is there anything that we might want that you would consider to be unrealistic? Abraham, if you are able to imagine it, it is not unrealistic. If from this time-space reality you have been able to create the desire, this time-space reality has the resources to fulfill it. All that is required is your vibrational alignment with your desire. Jerry, well, if I can envision it in any way, does that mean that I have imagined it? Abraham, as you are envisioning yourself within that which you are imagining, you are tracking the circumstances whereby you will find the means to create it. Could we use these principles for evil? Jerry, could a person use the same process of creation that you're teaching to create that what some would see as evil, like taking the lives of others or taking things from others against their against their will? Abraham, is it possible for someone to create what they want, even though you do not want them to want it? Jerry, yes. Abraham, indeed, for whatever they want, they may attract. Is there more power in group co-creating? Jerry, can we compound our power or or our ability to create something by coming together as a group of people? Abraham, the advantage to coming together to create something is that you may stimulate and enhance the desire. The disadvantage is that there are more of you. It becomes more difficult to stay focused only upon what is wanted by you. Individually, you hold enough power to create anything that you can imagine. Therefore, you do not need to come together with others. It can, however, be fun. What if they don't want me to succeed? Jerry, is it possible to create effectively when we're in the company of people who strongly oppose what we want? Abraham, by focusing upon what you desire, you could ignore their opposition. If you oppose their opposition, however, then you would not be focused upon what you want, and your creation would be affected. It is easier to walk away where you no longer need to focus on the opposition in order to stay focused upon your desire. But if you need to walk away from someone because of the potential for opposition, then you need to get out of town too. For most certainly, there are those there who are not in a total agreement with your ideas, and out of this country and of the face of this planet. Removing yourself from opposition is not necessary. Just focus upon what you want, and by the power of your own clarity, you will be able to positively create under any circumstances. Jerry, are you saying that we will be receiving the essence of everything we are thinking about, whether it's something we do want or something we don't want? as long as it has emotion connected to it. Abraham. If you are thinking a thought and you remain focused upon it long enough, the law of attraction will deliver more thoughts onto it until it becomes clear enough that emotion will be evoked. Every thought that you think, if you keep thinking it, will eventually become powerful enough to attract the essence of itself into your experience. How do I use my momentum's flow for growth? Jerry. Abraham, how can we get into a state of flow where the momentum that we created is now adding to our growth, that is, to our forward motion? Abraham, by finding one small thing that makes you happy when you think about it, and then focus upon it until the law of attraction brings more and more and more. The more you think of what you want, the more positive emotion will come forth. And the more positive emotion that comes forth, the more you will know that you are thinking about what you want. And so, it is a matter of you, deliberately and consciously, making the decision of which direction of flow you want. Everyone, without exception, is attracting everything that comes into their experience. But when you deliberately choose the direction of your thought, gently guiding your attention to better feeling thoughts, you will no longer create unwanted things by default. Your conscious awareness of the powerful law of attraction, coupled with your determination to pay attention to your emotions and your desire to feel good, will cause you to experience the joy of deliberate creation. Yes, feel good no matter what. Jen said, just feel good no matter what. And we say, envision, feel yourself in your desire. If it feels good, continue. If it doesn't feel good, focus in a more general way. That is so true, Jen. This is so good. And yes, gather together with others for the fun of it. That will always be the best path. The path with least resistance, the path of most allowing. And when we're having fun and when we laugh and enjoy, then we have the path of most allowing. So really good. Stability of alignment and deliberate focus feels good. Freedom. So this was the end of this chapter. It was chapter one, probably. Let's see. This is the chapter one. Is it? Yeah, but this is part two then. Really, really good information. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. This is good. So, the art of allowing. Good stuff. The art of allowing. So, let's have a little bit chat about what I'm now reading. But this is so powerful. I just love that thing that says here. Let's see here. Go back to the trophy. This part, I just say. And as you feel good, no matter what, you win that we consider to be the greatest trophy of all. You win connection. You win clarity. You win vitality. You win alignment with your inner being. And in that attitude, you will bring home more trophies. And that I just love that. It was so good. It felt so good to me because I've been in a competition for a long time, with the soccer. And it's so fun to see because I never thought about so much. It was fun to play the games, but it was all about enjoying the training, enjoying the exercise, enjoying them passing the ball, enjoying all of this fun that I love about playing the game, playing soccer, and enjoying them to be with friends there and laughing and having fun. And games are a lot about having fun, enjoying the game, and also it's to be focused in what you're doing and be with quality, and it's feeling the passion for it, feeling the enthusiasm, and then it's not so much about winning. It's about enjoying the game, and when you win that connection with your inner beingness in what you're doing, you feel that alignment with what you do. That's always first and almost the most important, because we're not coming to this world for, I desire to do things that I don't want, and then I would just follow through and being boring and just being like a robot. That's my desire. That's why I'm here. And we can see that how easy, how fun it is, because it's like, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit silly, that thing, because it's like, it's all about feeling the connection with your inner beingness and then do what you love doing, follow your bliss. And when you follow your bliss, and everyone have their own follow your bliss experience. It's someone want to be a chef, someone to be on the boat, someone to do. Everyone have different things they wanted. Not every person want the same thing, so there is enough for everyone. And we but everyone want to feel that connection with source. That's natural for each and one of us to feel that we want to we it's something that's come forth before we come into this physical form, that we are alignment, we are alive, we are feeling good, we are expanding and enjoying all of it, and now we are in this physical form. We want to express this beautiful alignment in this physical form, in those things that we can now see, hear, feel, taste, smell, observe, what we now are moving our body and all of this. We want to enjoy our alignment in all of this. First alignment, then we want to enjoy the alignment in all of this, and then we can understand the newness and refreshness in the energy of it. It's so nice to know, because when we are in the alignment, everything feels fresh, new, and good, and feels good. It feels inspiring, and then there is inspiring thoughts coming and inspiring ideas, and then what's next step? It's fun, it's joyful, it's so good. It feels so good. And it is so easy to understand all of this. And it's so gentle. And to general speaking, in the way in my new story, what feels good to me, it feels so good to know that I can imagine it, and I can. It's so nice to know it, imagining and coming into the alignment with what I imagine, or coming into alignment with what I'm uh, yeah, coming into alignment with I imagine, and when I imagine and I can feel that energy, then I already have it right now, that described here, and it's already achieved, and you're having so much fun with it, and you enjoy the process of it, and then you move on, and you don't thinking about it anymore, because now the process of the alignment, you're feeling it from within, it's so real, it feels so good, then it's then it can be experienced into your, then it can come into your experience, because you already a vibrational match to it. So ask and this be given, and now it's out there in circumstances, situations, things are changing, and you got those things until your experience those things you've been imagining. And it's imagination is a wonderful tool, it's a wonderful thing. Imagination with the alignment, we say alignment with imagination, it's imagination, expansion for more to come. Imagination in feeling good first, and then imagining, and you feeling good, more you imagine what you feel good about, more to come, more to experience, and then you leave it out with no resistance with, but the most allowing, the art of allowing, letting it be, letting it flow. Feel every time you're thinking about it, you feel good about it, and more you're thinking about it, more feel good you feel good about it, and more you feel good about what you're thinking about, then more it will be experienced, this energy of it, and then it will become more and more and more, and then it will be experienced better and better and better. in the way as you have been thinking about it. So alignment first and then moving on to the next. It is so fun to flow in the direction of your desires and honor your feelings, for they are guiding you always. Yeah, and there is a calibration because if you feel the contrast, it's like okay, now I can be more general about it if I'm being too specific. That's something also that says in the book. You know, if you feeling the specific, it's all about feeling your alignment. If you're feeling that's being too specific and doesn't feel good, then go back to be more generally. And when you're more general speaking in a way, then you calibrate and then it feels a little bit better. Then you will be guided in the way to be more specific about it. But it's all about the feeling good through the whole process. The whole process of the creation or letting it happen is to feeling good when you imagine something, when you're thinking about something, and more you are in the positive. You say you see the positive aspects in your life, more you appreciate things in your life, more you feel the abundance of all that is, more you are speaking things that feels good to you and speaking only of those things in positive emotion you feel good about and you speak clearly those words, then it will be experienced more and more and more. It must do because it's a law and it's drawn onto you. The because everything you're thinking about most of the time and feel about most of the time, it's what you attract about. It's what you experience. So and we always have the opportunity to shift and pivot and change our story and telling a totally new story in a way that is best to us, best to me, best to you. So we are so free. We're so free to choose thoughts, what thoughts we want to think, and we are so free to focus in what we want to focus in. We are so free. And the unconditional law, we say the pure law source energy, the non-physical energy, the spirit from within. It's never disappear from who we are. It's the most nature of who we are. We are much more than blood, and fresh blood and bones. You know, we are much more than our body. We are this unbelievable. We say unbelievable, but we are this unconditional law, this energy that we can feel from within. This feel good energy. We are unconditional love, unconditional appreciation, alignment, and it's never disappeared from the energy from within our body. It's always here. It's always new and refreshed. And when we dwell on that energy of source of the alignment, is always new and refreshed. It's always moving forward for expansion and for you to feel more of this newness and refreshness and experience the feel goodness of it, of all of it. And then whatever areas in your life when you focus on those things, it feels good more and more and more. Family areas, friends areas, career, uh, money situation, money, career, money area, and all areas in your life. When you now more in alignment first, feeling more good in yourself, then everything falls in that space. And then everything looks new and refreshed in all areas in your life. And then it's lighting up the energy of it and gives you more experience of it. So we are so appreciated and we are and yeah, so much to appreciate. There's so much abundance in life. There is so much and it's all over the places. And from within you can feel it all the time. The abundance, the appreciation, the unconditional love. You can feel it in every single human's moment now and forward in the new. So we are so free. So I want to read a little bit about the art of allowing. So good. The art of allowing defined. Jerry Abraham. This next subject, I would say, has had the most impact in the way of new understanding of for me, because I never thought of it from the perspective and with the clarity that you have. And that's the art of allowing. Would you speak about it, Abraham? We are most eager to help you remember your role in the art of allowing because a deliberate understanding and application of this law brings everything together for you. In other words, The law of attraction just is. Whether you understand that it is or not, it is always responding to you and giving you accurate results, which always match what you are thinking about. But a deliberate application of the art of allowing requires that you be consciously aware of the way you feel so that you choose the direction of your thoughts. An understanding of this law is what determines whether you create intentionally or by default. We have put the art of allowing in this order, following the law of attraction first, and the science of deliberate creation second, because the art of allowing cannot begin to be understood until the first two are. What we mean by the art of allowing is I am that which I am, and I am pleased with it, joyful in it, and you are that which you are. And while it is different, perhaps from that which I am, it is also good, because I am able to focus upon that which I want, even if there are two differences between us that are dramatic. I do not suffer negative emotion because I am wise enough not to focus upon that which brings me discomfort. I have come to understand, as I am one who is applying the art of allowing, that I have not come forth into this physical world to get everyone to follow the truth that I think is the truth. I have not come forth to encourage comfortability, conformity, or sameness, for I am wise enough to understand that in sameness, in conformity, there is not the diversity that stimulates creativity. In focusing upon bringing about conformity, I am I am pointed toward an ending rather than to a continuing of creation. And so, the art of allowing is absolutely essential to the continuation or the survival of this species, of this planet, and of this universe. And that continuation is powerfully allowed from the broader perspective of source. You, from your physical perspective, may not be allowing your own expansion, and when you do not, you feel rotten. And when you do not allow another, you feel rotten. When you see a situation that bothers you and you decide that you will do nothing to try to stop it or change it, you are tolerating that situation. That is very different from what we mean by allowing. Allowing is the art of finding a way of looking at things that still allows your connection to your inner being at the same time. It is achieved by selectively sifting through the data of your time-space reality and focusing upon things that feel good. It is it is about using your emotional guidance system to help you determine the direction of your thoughts. So I'm gonna last read from this last one. Shouldn't I protect myself from others' thoughts? Jerry, the question that was difficult for me in the beginning of this was, how do we protect ourselves from others who are thinking differently from us, differently enough that they might invade our space, so to speak, in some way? Abraham, good. That is why we say that before you can understand and accept the art of allowing, you must first understand the law of attraction and the science deliberate creation. For certainly, if you do not understand how something is coming onto you, then you are fearful of it. If you do not understand that cannot come into your experience unless you invite them through thought, then of course you would worry about what others are doing. But when you understand that nothing will come into your experience unless you invite it through your thought, with emotional thought and great expectation, then unless you actually accomplish this delicate creative balance, you will not receive it. When you understand these powerful universal laws, you no longer feel a need for walls, barricades, armies, wars, or jails, for you understand that you are free to create your world as you want it to be, while others are creating their world as they choose it to be, and their choices don't threaten you. You cannot enjoy your absolute freedom without this knowledge. In this physical world, there are those things that you are in absolute harmony with, and there are those things that you are in absolute disharmony with. And there is something of everything in between, but you have not come forth to destroy or contain that which you do not agree with, for that is a continually changing thing. Instead, you have come forth to identify moment by moment, segment by segment, day by day, and year by year what it is you want, and to use the power of your thought to focus upon it and to allow the power of the law of attraction to draw it unto you. So good. So that's it for today. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here, co-creating with yourself and co-creating with each other. It's all about the energy. It's all about our alignment, and we're having so much more fun coming as a group of people with fun and joy in this Facebook Live and enjoying ourselves and all of this. What those words is coming, the energy behind those words is coming through us and to us. So we are so aligned. We're so appreciated. We're so loved. Nothing is going wrong, everything is going right. It's our focus. It's now in this new now moment here. It's our focus where we are directing our focus and feeling those things that we want and desire. Then it must come, it must be true for us to experience more and more of it, because it's a law. Whatever what we focus upon, we attract in. We attract retract upon, retract into our experience. So this is so good. So we are so loved and so appreciated, and there is more to come. So love you guys so much and enjoy your day. See you.